Oh, I wish you guys could smell these beautiful flowers on these ornamental crabapple trees that are growing in the backyard. They're so sweet. They're so awesome right now. I just needed a couple minutes of your time as an introduction to the June readings for all signs. It's my pleasure to bring them to you once again. I hope you enjoy them. But I had to throw in a little just disclaimer saying that, yeah, the readings are for entertainment purposes only. If you have situations, maybe you need to go see a doctor of some fashion, this is not to be taken as medical advice. This is to be used for entertainment purposes. So as the channel description says, be enlightened, be entertained, but most of all, be yourself. If you are needing a little bit of extra helping hand, please go and seek professional assistance from somebody that can get you to a place where you're feeling good and strong and as beautiful as these crabapple trees are. Okay, thanks guys. Enjoy your readings.
Hello, if your name is Libra, or maybe your name's not Libra, but your sun, your moon, or your ascendant sign is Libra, or someone that you care about is a sign of Libra. These are your tarot readings for June 2017. I hope you're all in a good place of abundance, joy, and well-being at present time, Libra. I love the well-wishing. It's my favorite part of doing these readings. And yeah, I just want to say thank you again for viewing and liking, subscribing, sharing, whatever it is that you do. Even if you just come and check them out and connect with them, that makes me really happy to see you here in this moment in space and time. So what's going on with you guys? Are you happy? Are you sad? Yeah. Have you called your mom on Mother's Day? Are you going to call your dad on Father's Day? I don't know why I'm saying. I just got to get these cards shuffled up. And we got a jumper. When I spoke about parents, we have Eight of Swords. So, is there somebody that's feeling trapped, feeling like there's a situation where that maybe they've gotten themselves in a bit too deep and you're having trouble analytically thinking your way out of it? Perhaps, okay, there's a lot of things that could come with Eight of Swords. So, I'm excited to get into your guys' general readings. I just got to get a good mix on the cards and keep them fresh here. I had a real tough go with Virgo. For any of you that are checking out that sign there, that we had some pretty tough cards come up for those guys and those signs. So I don't know why I felt the need to mention it. If you know a Virgo, maybe go and give them a hug. Ask them if there's anything you can do. I don't know why I felt the need to mention that, but I did. Okay, a little longer than normal mixing these cards up. So let's see what we've got, Libra, as we cut the deck. I'm really drawn to it over there. Okay. Alright, what more can we say? I guess I'm not much on the small talk here as we get going. I just want to jump right into it. I want to get these cards looked at and see what's going on for you guys. Please set your intention for the reading. Let's have a look at what's going on at the bottom of the deck. We've got Five of Cups. Okay. So, Five of Cups, when we compare it to that flipper and that jumper we've seen with the Eight of Swords here, maybe some of you here are really struggling to find a certain level of happiness that you're accustomed to. Maybe some of you might be putting on a bit of a show when you're in work situations, in groups of being happy, of, you know, even tricking yourself into thinking you're happy. But there may be some underlying things here that have like kind of maybe bringing you down, and maybe have been upsetting you on an internal level. But it not seeming like it's anything that you can't work through, Libra. It almost seems like there's external things in our environment that we're putting an extra amount of importance on that maybe in the larger scheme of things aren't really all that important to begin with, all right? Sometimes it's really tough when things are moving so fast and the energy around us can be like moving rather quickly, to really take the time to see and reflect on what it is that we have and how blessed we really are, when maybe the mind and the heart are really desiring, you know, something more, or we're feeling limited because of something that we've imposed on ourselves, some sort of expectation that we've had for our life or where we should be or about ourselves. And then we sit there in that moment and we say, well, I don't have that. I'm not there yet. Because isn't that the truth of just about everything that's going on around us in this day and age? Aren't we almost sort of preconditioned to like quest for the things that we don't have? There's nobody out there just telling people just to be be happy, to be content, to be satisfied in where they are and what they have. And so some Libras may be just in that position where they're beginning to realize that, where it's like, you know what, we don't have to be running the rat race full tilt 100% of the time in order to be happy, or to chase down a dream, or chase down some ultimate goal that we've set for ourselves, that, you know, maybe that goal is already right there in our lives to some lesser extent. And to be absolved in it, to be in recognition of it, is part of the step that we're needing to take to have the bigger thing that we're wanting to come in. Five of Cups energy can also be somebody sort of mourning the status or the situation in interpersonal relationships. There could be other people that have got us feeling a particular way based on their actions. This is due to things such as like breakups, you know, like short-term relationships, or like that have broken up, people testing the waters of dating and then sort of going their separate ways, and then any kind of like hurt feelings usually come up in terms of a Five of Cups type energy. Okay, so some Libras may be going through that as well. So let's try and relate back to Five of Cups as we work through our chakra houses. Up here in the grounding energy, we have Eight of Wands. So yeah, talking about that fast-moving energy around everybody, but yet still being in a place of stillness, of thinking, well, nothing's really materialized for us, or it seems like we're putting in a ton of elbow grease and a ton of work, and we're not getting any closer to our goal. Eight of Wands is here saying that maybe we need to just sort of rely and be a little bit more observant on the clues that are coming in around us, messages given, advice from other people. I feel, Libra, sometimes you may be a little bit too quick to dismiss the good advice of another person. You may have been in a situation where you've received bad advice before, and now you're like maybe a little bit closed off to receiving any kind of advice. And the feeling is that some of you may just be feeling like the only way to do it is to go it alone. I can't trust anybody. No one can help me kind of situation, where it's like all of these messages to the contrary are coming in stating otherwise, saying, you know what, you know, try this, try that, you know, that might work, that might help. But it's almost kind of like the feeling is like if the idea doesn't originate from within some sort of deep, profound spot from you, you may be dismissing it because you may be seeing it as shallow or not helpful. You know, so I'm going to say follow your intuition a little bit on the day-to-day level. Go to areas that are outside of your comfort zone, things that are uncertain to you. You'll really see some growth and expansion if you like do things that are not, that you're not accustomed to. So how could I apply this? Like, say you're working and somebody asks you for help to go over there and do something else, but you've never done that for. Just get completely involved in that moment of like maybe going to an area of your workplace that you don't spend much time in, and really just kind of taking a minute to look around and be like, wow, the people over here they're really happy there, or whatever it may be, right? Whatever it is that takes you out of your regiment, out of your routine, is going to be very important, especially for this month of June. With the energies in Gemini, the sun sign in Gemini, like the energy is very like gentle. The frequency is very much that of like an ambient sort of soft EDM music station on the dial. It's very like, everything is very gentle. So anything that you can observe that is new to you and just take it in with all of your being is going to turn out to help you immensely into the future, Libra. Okay? Eight of Wands. On the mundane level, don't be relying on any messages coming forward too quickly. So if you've written away for something, or if you've applied for something, the feeling on this card is like we may just have to exude some patience for things to sort of arrive via email, via snail mail, or invitations may be just delayed, something of that nature, okay, with Eight of Wands reversed. Let's move on. Solar plexus. Seven of Swords upright. Okay, some sneaky behavior. Maybe we're on the verge of some love triangles and things going on. We talked earlier about this Five of Cups with what's going on to like wake up to break up. Maybe some of you might have been dating a player. Some of you might have been dating somebody that was not, maybe told you they were mutually exclusive, but they were not, and you found out about it. Or it could be vice versa. Maybe someone was completely smitten with you, but you were keeping your options open. but maybe you weren't sort of clear in terms of your communication about that, and then could have led to some butthurt feelings or some distrust or mistrust along the way. Okay, Seven of Swords up here as well is kind of saying just be careful for any of you that are into new relationships, maybe on the rebound. Be very careful to protect yourself when it comes to intimate encounters, anything of that nature. You just want to make sure you're going into it with a level of protection, a level of awareness, and a level of comfort. Like, the feeling is like if you meet somebody via online dating, I wouldn't like be driving across town to like get into a situation where you're feeling super uncomfortable with someone that's completely brand new to you. It's almost like you want to make sure that you're establishing some meet and greets before, and like second and third dates before you're committing anything, or jumping in too hastily to anything. And you can apply that to your situation. But because I'm just saying, with this gentle energy around you, it doesn't mean that every person that comes into your environment is going to be gentle. People have motives. Not every people are like good, right? Like, I did a thank you video for subscribers, and I still got like thumbs down on it. And I just thought, oh goodness, who would give a thumbs down when someone's trying to thank them? So you know that there's somebody out there that is just like completely just only out for themselves, narcissistic behaviors, things like that. And it can all be coded with like good intentions, or them telling you that, oh, I'm just a regular person. I'm really interested in you, but you really have to be discerning, right? Now with Five of Cups, Seven of Swords, we saw Eight of Swords as a jumper at the beginning of the deck. Just be very careful in your interpersonal relationships coming out through June, okay? And creatively wise, protect your ideas. Again, this is always problem solving. This is always our creations, our projects and things like that. Just make sure that nobody's going to be stealing your ideas, okay, in June. That's always a message when I see that card straight up in that area, all right? Now, King of Swords up in your gut instinct. All right, guys, this is good. So maybe I was like kind of jumped the gun a little bit to say, or hyperbolized a little bit, that some of you may have been like kind of, something was eating away at you underneath the surface, but you were giving off an image of everything is fine, everything is okay and dandy, and like this advice situation where maybe you weren't taking good advice. Maybe you guys have been like listening and discerning, but maybe some of you have sort of been a little bit slow to dole out the advice because you are very caring and you don't want to affect anyone too greatly. Could be the situation. I really want to say with King of Swords up here, as we internalize this card, just to make sure you guys aren't coming off across as a little bit too egoic or arrogant at this time. I'm just going to say it like I see it, right? King of Swords isn't always like that, but to see this card up in the gut instinct and the reading for an air sign is just kind of like, you kind of have to watch about being seen as too cold, too calculating, too cunning. People may be a little bit mistrusting of you because you've got your shit together, so to speak, right? And then, sometimes when you got it, you flaunt it, and it's just natural to do that, right? But we're going to kind of want to be watching it. I'm not accusing you. Some of you may be dealing with people that are like this towards you. It's a general reading, so vice versa definitely applies. And, I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, right? So King of Swords, some of you could be involved. Seven of Cups, just flipped with Queen of Cups. All right. So on the relationship scene, right? What is it that you guys want? There's like many decisions. There's like many different messages going out. I have a feeling like, and to see it with a Seven of Swords here, it's almost like somebody might be telling you two different things, or you might be getting two different opinions about one singular item or person at this time. Maybe you've been asking around about somebody to find out if you can trust them, and person A says yes, and person B says no, and you're just kind of like, well, what the hell, right? How does that work? And then like the Queen card of intuition comes up. So we've got listening and intuition. So can you really be believing what you're hearing at this time? And or how much weight are you putting what you're hearing from your outside environment and people into your decision making, right? And if you make a wrong decision, are you feeling betrayed? Are you owning up to the responsibility of any poor decisions at this time, right? Or where we can't say, well, I got some bad advice, so it's that person's fault that I did that, right? Where it could be a situation of intuition. And this definitely comes back to relationships, wake up to break up kind of thing, right? King of Swords and Queen of Cups, like this is a tricky relationship, tricky energy. You may have find like there have been some strong attraction, maybe to a water sign, a Pisces, Aquarius, or a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer. But, you know, and then you came to terms to like communication and compatibility, and you're like, well, what the hell? This doesn't make any sense to me. This person exists on a completely different plane to me, and something about this relationship just doesn't feel right. Or why has it gone this way for so long unattended, and we haven't really like made any ground, right? Or this person is nothing like they appeared to me when I first met them, and now their true colors are really showing through, which is definitely can be very true for Queen of Cups, but also King of Swords, right? King of Swords can come off as like a very like empathetic, like good listening type, reliable type friend. But then as soon as King of Swords gets in a mood where, you know, he's off on his doing his own thing, this person's kind of like, well, they forgot me. They forgot, like King of Swords forgot about me, right? It doesn't have to be male or female. It could work the other way around. So to see these cards up in the gut instincts, some of you guys are going to be making decisions regarding relationships, whether or not to pull the pin before they become too serious, based on the signs and the messages that you've been getting out of this partner before too much time passes and goes by and you end up breaking hearts or with too much hurt feelings going on. So have conversations with your partner, get to the bottom of whatever issues are driving it, talk about future dreams and goals to see if you guys are on the same stinking page about a lot of things, you know, because that's going to be the real thing that's going to help you determine whether or not you want to be into it, okay? All right, got to move on. That kind of turned into love and relationship stuff, and I'm okay with that. That's fine when those things come up, right, with those court cards. And like I said, I don't want to accuse you guys or anything, or of your partner, whoever you might be dating, of anything. You guys got to work that out for yourselves. But these cards are just showing me that you guys, this work is going to happen, and this work needs to get done. Whoa! Dang, Dingle, we got High Priestess up in your heart chakra, in the heart of hearts. And when the High Priestess comes, this is very relevant of what we've been talking about, because there are certain situations that may have been, are still hidden, have yet to be uncovered. The High Priestess usually says is that there's something that's beyond your control in terms of news or information or a secret that's being kept, or something that you're not able to see at present time due to sometimes your own blindness, or due to the fact that someone isn't being open or forthright with you. And I think the latter is true here, because we've got Seven of Swords. I feel like somebody isn't being, and messages coming in not being able to be trusted. The feeling I have is that, you know, somebody is not being fully honest with you, fully open with you, okay? We haven't seen a reversal on an Ace of Swords, but these other swords are pointing towards it. What you've been hearing, you've been kind of like listening to it with a discerning ear. You're like, yeah, it kind of sounds like the same old song and dance, but you know what? At one time you may have trusted or respected the person that these messages are coming from, so you really just don't quite know, right? But you may be hearing different messages coming from all across the board, right? And somebody may be hiding a bit of truth from you, okay? Whatever that may be, apply it to your situation, all right? So why is High Priestess here in Heart of Hearts? What does the High Priestess want Libra to know in their heart? What is High Priestess Libra to know in their heart? Okay, wow, look at this. We've got Foxy, right? Foxy's looking over his shoulder being like, oh man, did that just happen? Oh goodness, I'm glad I dodged a bullet there. Or, holy goodness, like, I'm out to catch that chicken. I hope that nobody catches me, right? So there are kind of things like, you know, checking over, watching your back, mistrust, and these kind of things, right? So I would say, and this could be across the board now, any sign, Libra, that you're involved with here, make sure we're getting all of the details, all of the information. We're seeing people for who they are and not who we're imagining them to be, right? Because we still have Five of Cups up in this overall energy. Some of you may just not be wanting to see sort of the bad traits in another person because you're holding on to some expectation or something that you may be feeling is right about them, or you're just not wanting to deny that a relationship, you put in a lot of effort and it's coming to an end because maybe you just can't deal with the fact of how shady this person is with their other friends, or how shady this person is with, their family or their money, whatever it might be, right? Again, apply it to your situation. But the high priestess is saying, like, I think somebody's going to get caught. They might get away, but at the same time, everyone will recognize who the culprit is. I don't know what that means, but that's what we got, okay? We're moving on. We're moving on up. We've got 7 of Wands here. Okay, so this is the second 7 of the reading. Communication. Stand your ground. Call it for what it is. Hear it for what it is. Don't take the message in, misconstrue it in your mind, and then be in denial about something, okay? 7 of Wands is saying, if you got to call somebody out to protect what's yours, to protect your time, to protect your investments, to protect your body, you go ahead and do it. Don't worry about what you have the potential to lose in something that maybe wasn't yours to begin with, because look at all of the things that you're protecting by not letting that kind of energy into your life. I like the 7 of Wands. Whenever I see it up in the reading, I see someone not taking any shit from anybody. They're not going to be waylaid or sidetracked by somebody else's agenda based on, whatever it is that person's doing, okay? Now, to see the second 7 here now, the feeling I have is that this is going to be challenging you on a front that's something that you're kind of passionate about, because it relates back here. And these chakras tend to mirror each other, I find, somewhat. So, with the 7 of Wands, just stand your ground. I'll say it just the way the card was intended to be, and the most mundane readers of Reader will read it. Don't be letting in anything that is beneath you at present time. Just kind of, even if you have to tell somebody, I don't have time for that, or I'm busy this week, eventually they may get the hint. But to be more direct, if you have the strength and if you want to be, if you found out the truth about somebody, the thing is, tell them. Just be like, you know what? You basically straight up lied to your mom on the phone this week, and I heard that, and I can't deal with that, because if you're going to lie to your mom or your dad, what makes me think that you're not going to lie to me, right? That kind of feeling, right? If you see it, if you hear it, then you call it, right? Or as well, if you just don't want to be spending your time with people that you don't want to be with, just disappear, just make yourself absent. Not being there, not saying anything is still a message of communication, right? So that's kind of very important when we see 7 of Wands up there. Okay, we'll move forward. Page of Swords now. Okay, so now we've got this up in the third eye, and she's reversed here. So this could be the end of a rumor. Somebody could be like stomping out a rumor. Somebody could be, let's see, finding out that somebody's kind of spiritually not in a good place for us. Somebody is not willing to be there for us for our greater good. They're wanting to be in the situation to better their life, maybe, but they're not there as a true like sharing. When Page of Swords comes up reversed, it's kind of like this person is so inexperienced when it comes to experiencing karma from treating others badly that there's still a risk of this person stabbing you in the back. There's still a risk of this person turning on a dime and throwing you under the bus. And you may just have to like go within a little bit to search your heart, to search your feelings, and to search spirit, to say, maybe you don't want to like put this person down for the way they're being. You may just kind of want somebody else or them to learn their lesson from somebody else other than you. And I'm not sure if you're going to be able to do that, Libra, but what it's saying here is that this is just an inexperienced person that might just be like, piggybacking on your ideas, and then when you go out of the room, like trying to take credit for your stuff, or at the same time, they could be like talking about you behind your back just for the sole purpose of making themselves look better, okay? that's kind of, it's disheartening to see this Page of Swords up here. This could be an Aquarian, this could be a Gemini, or this could be another Libra that's doing this to you. And Libra, by all means, if you're young and you're watching this, I want to make sure that you receive the message that nothing good can ever come from building somebody up while they're around and then tearing somebody down when they're not there. This card to me comes back to an issue of respect. In order to have respect, we have to show it where it's due. And we also have to pull ourselves away from respecting situations that are negative. Okay? So kind of like grabbing and taking in your own power. All right? And again, I'm just going to ask for another quick clarifier here. Why Page of Swords is up in the third eye chakra. Right? Why is Page of Swords? Some of you might, if you're younger, okay? So, yeah, this is really flighty information. This is really ungrounded information. This is very whimsical. This is very like kind of, how can we apply this to our daily life? This is somebody that cannot commit. This is somebody that is always flaking out, breaking out on plans, right? This is someone who like gives their word of a good intention, but then never kind of follows through because they're out on their own, doing their own thing, right? So again, just be wary of that. If those are tendencies that have kind of been culminating inside of you and they're bubbling over, we want to nip those things in the butt. But if this is stuff that's happening to you from the outside and from other people, sort of thing, I would almost be in a situation here where, you know, you're going to have to use some strength. You're going to have to like cut it straight out of your life or kind of turtle in your shell, which is not really your style, Libra, but you may just turtle in your shell and wait for this person to go on to find their next target if they truly are showing some sociopathic or narcissistic tendencies, okay? And if you're in a relationship with this person, a new relationship with this person, get out before it gets too involved, too deep. Okay. Ace of Cups. What a beautiful thing to see an ace up from the crown energy, right? This card is a reminder here that you can end if you end a relationship or if you're just coming out of a relationship, you guys are going to do a good job of like sort of dismissing it, learning from it, and remaining open to new love that is coming your way. The Ace of Cups is always like some sort of a new shower of emotion coming over you. Something else to be excited about. Something new to that is opening your heart chakra, right? Maybe for some of you, now that we see this like this, are going to be receiving news of somebody that has a crush on you, or somebody that you might have your eye on and you find out that they like you, or that they're maybe wanting to take the friendship to the next level, or something of that nature. So that's a really good thing that's come out of this reading. And of course, isn't that just the way life goes? When we're on the precipice of something new and amazing happening, all of this old residual, like backstabbing, weird, like untrusting energy can also be like nipping at your heels at the same time. It's almost 100% Murphy's Law that way. When like when it's good, it's kind of like we're sort of like kicking the mud off our boots from somebody else or something else that's really just wanting to like not let us move forward. Okay. All right, Libra, that's what the cards are up for you in through tarot. I hope that made a lot of sense. We're just going to look for a couple oracle cards here to put a capstone on the reading. When I said I don't want a couple. Can I have one oracle card, please, for a capstone for Libra? One enchanted map oracle card coming for Libra. All right. Oh, there we go. It flipped over. We've got the Dragon's Lair. All right. We're going to, everybody gets two because I got these Wisdom of the Oracle cards too. So everybody gets two messages. So this is card number 19, the Dragon's Lair. All right, we've got this sort of iced over ocean cave thing where the dragons are hiding out, right? This goes back to this message. I just want to continue to issue a caution. If there is some sort of environment or something strange where somebody's inviting you out to something you're uncertain of, just be very wary, be very careful. I wouldn't go out on too much of a limb to appease somebody that you don't know very well at present time. There's the flipper. Just for things such as like safety, being stranded, things of that nature, you're going to have to kind of watch for that, I feel, with this Dragon's Lair card. I told you earlier in the reading to come out of your comfort bubble, which is good because the Dragon's Lair has a tendency to be iced over. But at some point, every creature, every beast comes out of its lair. So, if you are finding, Libra, that you're in energy where all you want to do is stay at home, maybe pet your cat or your dog and watch a bit of TV and go to bed, that's fine. But at some point, I would really encourage you to get out, enjoy the nice weather, and put yourself first and get health as a major priority. But for some Libras, the opposite is true. You don't want to be overextending yourself into situations with people that you don't know very well, okay? Dragon's Lair as well. Maybe the relationship's at a point where like the one partner has asked you to move in with them, but at the same time, you're almost at the point of wondering whether or not this relationship is going to last even and break up. So could be some big conversations and questions coming up for Libra here in June, okay? Now, from the wisdom of the Oracle, you guys have deep knowing. I love this card. Look at that little owl. He's sitting up on top of the moon and he's smiling because he's like, deep down, he knows the answer. He knows who's been shirking him. He knows who's been talking dirty behind his back. And the owl's just like, yeah, I know you. I got this. I am going to remain true. I'm feeling what I'm feeling, and I'm not going to let you bring me down because I know what I know about you, whether you can see it or not, right? And that's amazing energy to have because now you are at a position where you have a little bit of power over it, where you can be like, all right, I can sort of watch it play out. Or I don't have to get too involved because I know how it's going to, I know this person is going to learn their lesson, maybe the hard way or maybe in some sort of embarrassing way that, everybody's going to see this person for who they truly are, right? And that happens a lot more in life than we know. But to see Libra being involved with it, for some of you, it's going to be a great learning time. And for others of you, you're going to be like completely enjoying it. So as well, don't get too involved with stuff that's not overly important, and keep your eye out for truths coming to the surface regarding new love and regarding your own feelings, okay? All right, Libra, interesting reading. We had a lot of relationships stop up again, which is kind of cool. Know that I love you all, and we'll see you next time.